It's Nayalicious here again. Thanks for stopping by on my channel. If this is your first time stopping by on my channel, thank you so much. Click on the red button and subscribe. And today I'll be showing you how to make insala soup. Deliciously made OFE NSALA, aka white soup, that you can always prepare for your family and enjoy with semolina, pounded yam, or gari. Without not taking your time, click on that red button to subscribe to my channel. And the first ingredient here is this catfish that has been washed and cleaned. I've got a video on how to clean your fish. You can watch it after watching this one. And the next one is goat meat that has been washed and cleaned. Tribe shaki afano, already thoroughly washed and cleaned. Dry fish as well, and for the spice I'll be using 1 teaspoon of mpolozuza, also known as African black pepper, half a teaspoon of blended oda. This is what it looks like before blending it. Ehuru, African calabash nutmeg, together with a fu. A fu is different than ehuru, but I'll be using the two together. 1.5 tablespoon of blended crayfish and salt for taste, and we'll be using utazi leaf just a little bit because it's always bitter, and we've got yellow pepper together mixed with red pepper. You can use any pepper of your choice. 1 big red onions and 3 nut cubes, 1 teaspoon of ogili mmiri or ogili akwukwo. And we'll use this yam to thicken the soup. You see where the knife is to the down part? That is the little bit that we'll cut and use as the soup thickener, not the head part. I will start by adding these onions to the food processor to chop it up. Feel free to use your knife and dice or chop the onions. I'm adding the cleaned goat meat with the shaki inside this pot. I'll be cooking the goat meat with the shaki together because I'm sure they will get done at the same time. Now I'm adding cooking salt into it. I'll add the seasoning nut cubes. I'll add the onions. I've washed and cut the yam that we'd use to thicken the soup. I'm adding the yam inside this pot. And if you like my content, click on that red button to subscribe. On the notification bell, it's for free. I just want to place the yam very well, set it very well, because I will not be cooking this meat with too much water. So now I'm going to go ahead and add hot water inside it so that the meat with the yam would start cooking immediately without not taking much of my time in this kitchen. So now I'll just cover it and let it cook until this yam is soft, and we'll come back and check it. While the meat is cooking with the yam, we'll go ahead and prep the other ingredients. I just added the peppers inside this food processor, and I'll just let the processor do the job. And now I'm adding the black pepper, the efu and ehuru inside this blender. You need to use a dry meal blender, and I'll just blend it until it comes to powder form. And after blending the efu and the ehuru together, this is how smooth you want it to be. You don't need it to be rough. After 15 good minutes, the yam should be done by now, but the aroma that is coming out of this goat meat, I can't wait to enjoy this goat meat. I just stirred it together, and now I'm going to check if the yam is soft enough for us to blend it. The yam is done. I'll be transferring it into this blender. I'll not be using all the yam to thicken the soup. I'll set some aside, which I'm going to enjoy later with another stew or red oil. So now I'll add the yam into the blender, and I'm adding this one in the plate, which is the one I'm going to enjoy later during the day. Some people, they prefer to cook their yam separately.
if you're going to use the remaining of the yam to make pounded yam, you can boil it separately. I'm adding water into this meat because I need to have enough stock for the soup. And I just stirred it together. Now I'm going to cover it to cook until this goat meat with the shaki is done. But at the meantime, let's go ahead and blend the yam so we can use it to thicken this white soup, OFE NSALA. After blending the yam with a little bit of water, you can always use your mortar to pound yours. The goat meat with the shaki has been cooking for 25 minutes now, and this goat meat is already 90% done. I'm going to carefully add the catfish inside this goat meat and shaki. I'm adding the dry fish which has been cleaned and deboned. It's always important to debone the dry fish when you're cleaning it. I'll add the crayfish, add the blended uda. I'll go ahead and add the blended black pepper with the efu and ehuru, aka calabash nutmeg. I'm adding the roughly blended yellow and red pepper. If you like yours very smooth, you can go ahead and blend it very smooth. Now I'm going to dissolve this ogili mili or ogili akwukwo before adding it inside the soup. You need to dissolve it very well so there will be no lumps inside the soup, because nobody enjoys any soup that has lumps inside it. I just added it inside the soup and I will just stir it together. Make sure you stir it very well, but you have to be careful while stirring the soup because of this fresh catfish. I'm adding water just to loosen it up a little bit. Remember, this is white soup, so it does not have to be too thick and it does not have to be watering. Now I'm going to add the blended yam inside this OFE NSALA because the aroma that is coming out of all the spice that I added inside this soup. Oh my god, I'm sure my nephews, they can't wait to enjoy this soup. You don't have to pour in the yam inside the soup at once. You just have to add it little by little until you achieve the consistency that you're looking for. Adding everything at once might make your soup to be too thick, so I'll cover it and allow this soup to cook again for 10 good minutes. And if you've not subscribed to my channel, please click on that red button and subscribe. And after 10 good minutes, the aroma that is coming out of the soup, let's see what we've got. Looks yummy. I'll just stir it together and you see the soup is not too thick, it's not too runny. I know you'll be wondering, why is this called white soup? It is called white soup because you don't prepare it with any oil, no vegetable oil, no red oil. And this is the right time for me to add the utazi leaf. Like I told you guys before, utazi leaf is always bitter. So you just have to add just a little bit of it, not too much. If you add it too much, you can't eat this soup because it will be too bitter and that will not be good. So I just stirred everything together and this is the thickness that I want this soup to be, because my nephews does not enjoy this soup when it's too runny. So that is our yummy OFE NSALA, aka white soup. Make sure you turn off the stove immediately after adding the utazi leaf so you don't overcook the utazi leaf inside this OFE NSALA. I know you'll be wondering, where is the head of the fish? I did not add the isiazu because of my little nephews, my little boys. If I add the head of the fish, the bone inside it might be too much, so that's why. And the best thing to enjoy this OFE NSALA with is pounded yam.
We hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see ya on our next video. Bye from me, Nelicious, Mona, and Chibudo. Bye.